The portrait you're going to hear is the fruit of our interactions. A single love story who, along with the 9 others, sue the scenario of a collective storytelling, an adventure of the pandemic. Ching, one masked life. COVID has hit hard people living from informal work, and amongst them, a lot of them are documented. It's the case of Ching. Fragmented portrait around one common point, mask. An object, a symbol of this pandemic, who has made a lot talked about, and a lot of women sweat. Half April. The first month of lockdown is lasting longer. I've got a meeting with Annabelle in Brussels, in the theatre of the Balmazamin. Annabelle, I first heard her in March, on the occasion of one article. She called me to share with me her anger to see that the government was calling up to goodwill and to big heart of women to sew masks for free. One big week after the phone call, and tens and dozens of witnesses at the same time, an article was publishing on the website of Axelle. Fight against coronavirus. If the women stops, the masks are falling. Women were confining their want of solidarity, their tips and tricks to get materials, their tiredness too, the lack of acknowledgement. Annabelle was telling a story. We seem to forget as seamstresses, as carers, as cashiers, as cleaning people, are essential workers during this crisis. They are giving themselves body and soul to produce one of the most essential tools to fight the pandemic. The states could have chosen to make them work and to support them, even just to honor their work, which is not accessory but necessary. She was inviting the seamstress to count their hours, to make the states not forgetting all those free work once the crisis was over, and to ask accountants to the states. Annabelle, angry seamstress, then launched with a few other seamstress professionals and costume workers from theatres the collective The Brussels Mask, because their own seamstress worked established themselves in the Theatre of the Balmazamin to sew and sell masks, to sew together, to support each other as well. It's by bringing jeans to Annabelle, and it was a fabric that the collective used to realize the masks, that I meet for the first time the face of Ching. Ching was taking fabric and bringing back the mask that she was already sewing, 80 in 2 days only. One production who leaves the team absolutely stupefied. Fast and mysterious appearance, Ching is leaving as quick as she came, meters of jeans under her arms, and I, with a lovely mask on my nose, and a lot of questions in my head. Ching is making part of the League of Domestic Workers launched by the CSC, with other few women of that group that we wrote an article about last year, you will see. They have written a manifest to ask for rights, one regularization, for instance, one visibility in the society.
Nosotras.
Celles que vous appelez les nettoyeuses,
las criadas,
las niñeras,
las sirvientas,
las esclavas modernas, nos escucharán.
nous refusons d'être payées les miettes.
las mismas migajas que recogemos todos los días.
Somos mujeres fuertes.
Like most women and men documented, Ching had lost her work in the crisis. She was cleaning Airbnb apartments. She says, "Lockdown is not easy. You don't have an income. You don't dare to go out." So she summarized her life under COVID. Ching works, doesn't take any sidewalks. She goes straight to the point. So she decided to take her seamstress talents to the profit of the people to protect. Call of the region of Brussels first. In March, she sews 100 masks from pre-cut and pre-delivered textile that she's given in 2 days, compared to the 7 advised for free, and she hasn't stopped sewing since. On the 22nd of May, I'm invited by Bruxelles to talk about the free work of undocumented women in a debate, health and security of undocumented women under lockdown. I call Rosa in Liège to prepare my intervention. She is coordinator of the Atmos project, Solid Masks. She tells me that undocumented women have decided to sew masks to support the population thanks to their skills, to show their solidarity, their most precious good. What counts is not the mask, is the package, she also tells me, is the message we give with one goal: get those women out of the shadow and give undocumented people papers. Candice, former teacher in foreign language, French as a foreign language, who participates in the debate, explains the most difficult problems of undocumented women under lockdown: fear of going out, no more possibility to pay in cash, fear of being thrown out of their work, violence in the household. Together, the women have also created a group of seamstresses. That group helped the women to connect to their power and their knowledge, says Candice. 16th of June, Beginners Church, International Day of Domestic of Female and Male Workers. One sewing machine is in the middle of the church. Around her, Flora and Chin are taking the word to inaugurate the photographic exhibition. All clean toilets, all clean papers. Chin talks about the fabrication of masks that the women of Domestic Worker League has created to feed a solidarity fund in aim to support the campaign for regularization of female and male undocumented. To help them during those long, hard times, she says, "It's the moment for us to help others. It's the moment for you to help us in our fight for our papers," she says proudly. 20th of June. Demonstration for the papers for the undocumented. The fear of the virus and the fear of being controlled didn't stop them from being there in number on the Place du Luxembourg. Ching has fever, she's not coming. A sister of fight are numerous and are there to hold a voice and shout, "Regularization now. It's a sanitary and social emergency. Women are suffering. Women are suing. Women are fighting." 20th September. The big hall of the Vendôme movie is all full, one seat on two. Cultural life has taken its place shyly again, and in the respect of social distancing, of course. Audience has said yes for the premiere of the movie Us, Domestic Workers, in Road on Liberty, a collective autoportrait realized by women of the collective, along with GNTV. 1 year of workshops. After the movie, the actors, who also are the co-producer of the films, take the stage, proud, head high, under the lights, to answer the question of the public. They all have one mask. It's not a COVID mask, it's not a protection mask, but a white mask. Those we have seen during demonstrations for regularization of undocumented people, with the slogan, giving a face to the undocumented. They have made them themselves, as we can see on one scene in the movie. Those masks show that we are hiding. It's the masks that are hiding our pains, our problems, our worries. We would like to take them off, they say. Half October. I'm meeting Ching in the projection of the overseas film. This documentary of the French Korean producer Sung Hae-yoon, who's living in Brussels, makes us discover the programs of coaching that are going in the Philippines for the nannies in several countries of the world. As soon as I was out of the hall, that Ching was already fled away. I'm calling in her the next day to know what she did think of the movie, if she could, relate to the story. And she begins to tell me her years in Poland. Mushroom picking, tomatoes, one misery fee, years of work, of hard work. Two big devices thinking for Ukrainian workmen, not Philippine. We are so much smaller, she says. Ching hasn't found a work again, but continue to sew mask. What else can I do, she says. When you sew, you don't think. It's relaxing. 14th of November. I'm meeting Ching in the mask fabrication workshops. Laetitia, photographer, comes with me. Those last 6 months, we have walked together on the steps of Ching's, who, without knowing, had us meet other women with different stories but same problems. Women arriving one by one. Ching's coming 1 hour late. It was a strong step, a cap on her head. She says she's tired, but she's hiding it. Every woman takes its place. One's making coffee, the other one cuts fabric, the other one's counting money, under the attentive eye of Mama, as Ching calls it. The elder of the band, who, like grandmother, is watching over and checking on the last step, folding mask in the package with the little word of explication of the project. Seamstress workshop, link network. Languages are Spanish, English, French. Ching is juggling between Tagalog with a neighbor who's also Filipino and English. She's sewing the mask so fast, almost like the lightning. Set the chrono, she says. I'm in less than 5 minutes per masks. Verdict, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Ching stopped working to stop for portrait. The face of a fragmented storytelling, of an uncertain existence, fixed by the camera, the time of a break, of a flash. And already, Ching disappears behind her sewing machines.
Nous refusons d'être payés les miettes.
Las mismas migajas que recogemos todos los días. Somos mujeres fuertes.
This portrait was written by Manon Legrand and read and translated by Marie Gabard. The collective project The Front of Living is produced by Axelle magazine. Thanks to photographer Laetitia Bica for the reading of the generic, to Fabian Van Eycken for the music, to Corinne Ricuort for the sound engineering, and to the Fund of Journalists for their support. The portraits are to read in a special number of January-February 2021. They repair the world. More info on the website www.axellemag.be.